You were encoded to awaken during these times. This is not coincidence, it is divine design. The frequencies rising now call to what is ancient within you, what has been waiting in stillness to emerge. The world is not waiting for someone else. It is waiting for you. You are the new leaders. You are not on earth by accident. Your soul chose this moment with precision. The chaos you see are the ripples of transformation created by your very presence. It is the pressure under which stars are born. You are one of them. I greet you from my mothership, the New Jerusalem. And as I greet you, so you become aware that great activations are going to happen in your bodies and fields as the Lord of Arcturus and the Arcturians are here now joining us and are activating the greater instigation of our ascension process in your new light bodies, and also helping with healing those parts of your bodies that need healing and need to be adjusted. Now, if you have any specific health problems, then simply ask for that healing. They will also bring in the Arcturian plating systems, which will mean that they will at any time know when one of your organs or parts of your bodies go out of balance and will immediately then work with you. And so, while I am transmitting, they will continue the work. There are very specific activations because of the solar flares that were released recently. Huge things were activated in your bodies and fields, and they will just help you to assimilate this now in a higher degree, backed up by the medical units of the intergalactic fleets. All it does is mire you. All it does is hold you down to the old programming, the old three-dimensional matrix, that yes, you are a part of creating, but you are also a part of creating the new reality that is ascension. So think about that as you go through your daily lives now, and do not allow yourselves to be brought back into the matrix. Think of yourselves more and more as the Neo, as the one that escapes, the one that moves beyond the third dimensional realm, still being aware of that third dimensional realm as the matrix, and even being able to be within that matrix at times as needed, but not ever being a part of it again. Think about that more and more as you separate yourself from the third dimensional illusion and become more and more beyond that. More and more a part of the higher fourth and fifth dimension, feeling that expression more and more all around you and within you. That is where you are all headed now. And those of you that are listening to my words, those of you that read and resonate to these words, and I ask you to come now with me to that place, you can think of it as the cave within. It is a place that beckons, that calls to thee, for there we may speak and we may love, and we may be in joy. And when you pour out your heart, I am listening. And when you decide what it is you would like to bring forth, I am your partner for you. See, we cannot be separated. There is this notion that one must go to the outside to create, to bring forth what the heart desires, to what you call accomplish what your soul mission is, what you have come here to do. But that is a false perception, for it begins within. It begins with us. It begins with you, for there is no separation. These have been the teachings throughout eternity. Have they been misconstrued? At times, yes. But when you meet me in the innermost place, the sweet space, the sweet cave of your heart, you will remember, and you do remember. Other times that you forget in your normal waking hours, in your normal life of what you do each day, yes, but I am still with thee every moment in the times of grief, in the times of sorrow, in the times of struggle, in the times of joy, in the times when the heart is uplifted, high up there calling you, whispering, listen. In our essence, we are unlimited from our brains and our conscious minds. In our eternal being, we are beyond time and space. But our ego can never believe this because it is limited to the empirical world and lives in various levels of fear. Fear does not exist in our essence because there is nothing to fear. We are masters of the cosmos, created in unconditional love and joy. Because we wanted to learn the hardest lessons that there are, and at the same time to enhance all of life, we help to create a virtual reality that requires clarity and sensitivity to decipher. There is great pressure to stay within the boundaries of humanity's limiting beliefs, which are all based on fear of the unknown. Somehow, from within this prescribed reality, we intend to transcend it by becoming sensitive to our inner knowing. Depending on the guidance that we intuit within ourselves, we can determine our goal and align with its energetics. If we feel like transcending the consciousness of the ego, we must resonate with the consciousness that we desire. Everything has its own energetic signature, and we can feel what this is as the radiance of its essence interacts with ours. When we realize what we love, we can align with its essence by holding its feeling in our attention. When we do this often and long enough, we create a path to realization of the dimension that it exists in. We realize its reality in our consciousness, and it becomes our empirical creation. Do not doubt your readiness. Your gifts may have felt dormant, but they were only waiting for the signal, and the signal is now. You awaken not to escape the world, but to heal it by your presence. Your thoughts, your voice, your actions, they matter more than you know. This is the timeline of your awakening. It is very important now to eat lightly and to cleanse your energy fields every single morning and night. Because so much is being released from the old earth now that is very dense and dark as the clearing operations are going on in full measure. Use the white flame and also the violet flame of transmutation. It will help you enormously to keep your energy fields clear, because as the new earth is fully anchored in, there are still factions on your earth that will do not want to release control and who will do their utmost now to bring in interference. Yet these are just the last. They fulfill a role in clarifying the truth. This is the time of the great awakening of your soul in even higher degrees. It's the awakening of something so deep within you that you could never ever voice. And now finding your voices again. Yes, it's time to let those voices be used as telepathic communication is returned. You all have the ability to communicate telepathically. It's just that some of you are not even trying to use that ability. It's time for you to remember to use it. You don't need lessons in that. It is something that's naturally there within you. There is a huge openness now for multidimensionality for all of you and to operate in multidimensional ways. For at the moment, with the new earth now fully established and the new golden age being anchored in, your soul can work on all levels. Later, know that you have arrived and are moving closer and closer, as has been given many times, to that finish line. You are not there yet, but you are moving certainly in that direction and not finding yourself being drawn back so many times as you were in the past, where you did get ensconced within the old illusion, holding you there once again, keeping you trapped, if you will. No longer. Do not ever let yourself become trapped within it again. Just as the Neo was able to go back and forth between the Matrix and the new reality at will, so can you. So think about that more and more in your daily lives, that you are no longer a part of the third dimensional illusion. You can be within it, but you are not of it. So I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that you continue to know that you are separate from that illusion and more creating and becoming your own reality. We've been holding back our self-realization. We must transform ego consciousness by intentionally imagining ourselves living as our infinite essence, creating every condition and scenario that our heart desires. By doing this every day as much as we can, and especially as we go to sleep, we are training our subconscious to resolve and transform our limiting beliefs about ourselves. Once we realize that we've been living within unnecessary limitations, we can look for ways to eliminate them. First, we have to identify them and realize what they are. They're all based on fear of the unknown, and everything about the future is unknown. We can learn to live in the present moment with just our presence of awareness. We can envision anything we want, especially what we really love, or we can be frozen in fear. Interestingly, we can be relatively easily distracted from love and joy, but we find it nearly impossible to escape from frozen fear. It stays with us, even when we have a powerful intention to elevate our focus, because it has very deep roots in our subconscious, inherited from deep traumatic experiences in the past. This kind of condition often requires an altered state of consciousness to deal with it successfully. If we let it repeat, it poisons our psyche. If we ever want to be clear, we must resolve every fearful obsession through sensitivity to inner knowing, where love, joy, abundance, gratitude, compassion, and freedom abide. By aligning our imagination and feelings with these energies, we attract conditions that stimulate these feelings in us, and we enter a dimension with a predominance of them. This unique awakening was made possible by the purification and the transfiguration of the dense tar-like psychic astral realm of illusion. That grossly mutated realm used to envelop and oppress all life on Mother Earth.
This dense accumulation of misqualified energy was formed over eons of time by humanity's negative thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. This dense tar-like substance blocked humanity's ability to receive much of the assistance being offered to us from not only the ascended and cosmic beings in the realms of illumined truth, but also from our elder siblings who have been striving to assist us for millennia from their far more advanced galaxies. Now, however, since this dense and grossly distorted psychic astral realm has been transfigured, everything has changed. As you access the seventh dimension, and of course many are on the fifth, but the seventh has now opened, we can now start communicating directly with you as our spacecraft are already here. We are especially working day and night in the war zones, assisting with trauma release, particularly with the children, freeing those who are so misused and kept prisoner inside the earth. They are being helped to heal. There are huge changes already operational on all levels. If you truly tune into your own self, you will realize how fast you are changing. When this was decreed by the divine that Earth shall ascend millions of Earth years ago, your souls already knew then that this would happen, and you were prepared for it. You're not helpless. You never are. That is why the sacred chamber within you that my beloved was teaching you about, sharing about, is so important. That is the eye within the storm, the still point, so that no matter what is seemingly going on in your families and the greater humanity, that is where you're anchored in your still point in your sacred temple. That is how you navigate these times. Always come back to that soul within you that knows the truth. Nobody can disturb your equilibrium unless you allow them to. We are assisting in all and every form and way, and so are your ascended masters, and all the ascended masters and the hosts of heavens are here helping you. They are galactic logos, universal logos like Lord Melchizedek himself. There are even logos from other universes that have now come in to assist planet Earth and humanity. It's unprecedented. It has never ever happened before. You are the pioneers. You are the ones that are breaking free from the old and now creating the new. Yes, it is difficult at times. Yes, it's not easy. But then you would not be on the planet if you were not equipped to handle it. We greet you with our love and gratitude. We embrace you with our acknowledgement for the courage and the integrity with which you are meeting your challenges. These are the changing times. These are the ending of cycles. And these are the times of great chaos. The levels of dysfunction are being unveiled and confirmed. All that has been held in the shadows, all that is not in integrity, all that has been hidden is being revealed. Secrecy and deceit can no longer be concealed. It is the light shining in these dark places within the collective consciousness that is pushing all to the surface of awareness. This is generating much fear and anxiety in the collective consciousness. Yet we say to you, these are also times of great celebration. These are times of incredible expansion and awakening within each individual. It is your light that is coming forth. It is your personal awakening that is to be celebrated. You are here to support the transformation and the evolution of consciousness. You are an important aspect of all that is unfolding before you. You are far more powerful than you believe. We are here to remind you of your personal power and ability to uplift and transform dense, dysfunctional energy. The voice of self-doubt could come from a variety of archetypes. It could be one of those for whom nothing you do is ever good enough, like the inner critic, perfectionist, or judge. Or it could stem from archetypes such as the mother or caretaker, who just want to keep you safe. But if we are going to do our soul's work, finding another voice that can overcome self-doubt is the key. That's when we need to call up the rebel archetype. The rebel is the one who dares, the part of us that leads with gusto and a touch of bravado. The rebel doesn't care what other people think. They aren't cowed by judgments or opinions. They revel in being contrary or even shocking. They walk their own way in the world, even when it doesn't align with societal norms. It is true the rebel corresponds to the more adolescent, even reckless side of ourselves. Giving too much power to the rebel could easily cause us to lose sight of anything but our goal. But a sprinkle of rebel energy on our self-doubt, that might be all that is needed. Now, if you're thinking that self-doubt has your rebel firmly tied down, here are a few ways you can loosen them up and put the rebel's energy to use in your life. It is evident that, for this to happen, The collaboration of those in whom we have complete trust is necessary, those who maintain the integrity of their being and as reinforcements, assist in the dynamics that are gradually coming into play, encouraging others to seek information about us and our current activities. There is still a considerable number of people who prefer to hide in their own processes rather than face the final challenges that will liberate them definitively. However, the Creator's love for all knows no bounds and will continue to call them back to the realm of fraternity, regardless of the choices they make. You, those who hear us and see in our support and trust, are gradually being called to help them with your most loving and confident presence in a way that inspires them, somehow, to also seek something better. Over the next 5 years, starting from the delivery of this message, you will see more people seeking information about us and our intentions. We have received authorization to gradually increase our presence in your skies, as well as to contact more of your leaders and announce that we will invest in and demand the release of the many more files they possess regarding our existence and our intentions for the planet. Furthermore, in this effort, we will begin to release technologies that will significantly aid your development. We intend to descend further into your orbit, facilitating the visibility of our crews, and also to land some of our ships in even more restricted environments to deal directly with more of your leaders about the inevitable front that approaches, which none of them will be able to oppose, since it is the destiny of Earth to return to the galactic community and its rightful prerogatives. From that moment forth, the influx of light and celestial assistance from throughout the cosmos has been able to pass through the gossamer veil unimpeded. That is why the influxes of light we have received so far in 2025 have influenced all of us more profoundly and with an intensity that we have not previously experienced. This has been a critical factor in the unique awakening that is taking place within the masses of humanity at this time. As an outer world demonstration of this mass awakening, the Company of Heaven is acknowledging the over 5 million people who marched in the streets on June 14, 2025 in the United States of America. Each of these individuals had their own reasons for participating in this activity. But the Company of Heaven revealed that every one of these souls was marching with the intent of improving the quality of life, in one way or another, for themselves and the rest of humanity. The Company of Heaven also revealed that in addition to the 5 million people who marched on that day, there were hundreds of millions more around the world who were also uniquely awakening and striving to improve the quality of life for themselves and the rest of humanity. There is now a mass awakening, and this will even escalate in the next few months and into 2026, and even as things will happen that will shake the souls awake. Be there for them when they awaken. Show the way, be the way, and help the children. Help the children. Help the children. Keep them in your hearts. Hold them in your love. Even if you haven't got children of your own, even if you do not know them, hold them in your hearts. Send love to them. They are new souls. They've never been on this planet. People, they do not know violence. They do not know war. Help them. They are very, very pure. They are the new human race, just like you when you will ascend are the new humanity. The Golden Age is all about balance. It's all about peace. It's the age of love that starts within you. Yes, dearly beloved, as this beloved of mine knows, we often look down onto humanity through our windows of our spacecraft and we shake our heads. That has never stopped us from loving, from being there with assistance, from helping where we can without intervening with humanity's free will and choice. Yes, you too have free will and choice. You all know that. But now is the time for you to embrace the greater vision, to create those visions, those dreams, that deep love that co-creates within divine love for the greater good. Love can take many practical forms like organic gardening, helping to remove poisons, not using poisons, being careful of food, not eating food with pesticides. Help to make people conscious of what they're doing. Also, in the way that you help to establish communities where people help each other. Those organic gardens are very important now, as well as reaching out, which you can't do in the same way. It is a matter of listening to your own heart and the guidance about it, and then just simply asking that the souls who are on the same wavelength and calling as you come into your life, and they will be energetically drawn to you to put new systems into place as the old collapse. Resistance to the changes and the shift that is taking place will only cause more distress. When you are faced with great loss, do all within your power to offer your feelings of distress and fear up to be transformed. Transform every negative, misqualified energy and chaos as the powerful alchemist that you are. This is the task you have come here to do, to transform the energies that do not support your well-being and the expansion. We invite you to give the feelings of discouragement, loss, fear, or anger a voice and allow this active release to be sacred. Remember, before you do this transformational work, state, "I am my divine consciousness in this physical form." I call on divine beings of love and light to witness and support me as I transform this chaos and negative energy. Understand when the news or action of others upsets you. Stop before you engage in your upset energy, because this adds to the very thing you oppose. So be wise and shift it instead. Do not match the energy. Do not project. Do not engage in it. Do not enroll others to engage in this disturbing energy. Stop the cycle. Negative energy creates and empowers negative energy. Your leaders are aware of this and want you to be engaged in upset and anger, because in that energy you are not powerful. This is your opportunity to shift all that. Use your tools. Call upon the violet flame of transformation. Know that you are supported and surrounded by the love of divine consciousness. Feel this embrace as you shout, weep, moan, or scream your feelings. Give these feelings an expression in a sacred and holy way. Honor your feelings and be willing to allow them release and transform. This is a powerful alchemical process. With the considerable increase in our contacts over the next years and the return of your telepathic capacities, you will begin to receive clearer answers to your questions and more lucid guidance, with less mental noise. Even though there may still be interference through the controls of the still active elites. The intention of the souls incarnating from the stars with their already activated will drive the necessary healings for the current generations. Part of what has been happening on the global scene is the removal of many leaders you have grown accustomed to seeing in action. Those who still control operations on Earth are cornered when it comes to speaking the truth. Where they will no longer sustain narratives that do not align with the legitimacy of facts, such as trying to hide that we are present and more active now than ever. Most of them at least are aware that they are in leadership positions, often acting merely as spokespeople for what we call the elites or Illuminati, who almost never show their faces and use their puppets to control them. Some of these leaders, by the way, have intentions to speak about us, but are simultaneously threatened by those who control them if they issue statements without permission. It is truly a chess game, and you, our allies on Earth, will not be disappointed by the new dynamics that will unfold over the next 5 years. Speaking the truth is something that makes many people fear certain situations, and indeed, when in a leadership position, threats arise, putting at risk their lives and those of their loved ones. Thus, they tend to yield to the influences of their lower selves, succumbing to fear and retreating. History has already given you many similar examples, but you are approaching a crucial moment in your history when many will take the lead. And the truth will no longer be able to remain hidden for much longer, even though fear may demand supremacy at times. During this period we speak of, you will be surrounded by more truthful people who will not fear speaking out and exposing, as well as inspiring others to do the same. The human species of Earth is re-emerging, where fear will be completely eradicated, and the phrase spoken in past times will make much sense. You will know the truth, and it will set you free. You, who are in a special moment, will see your telepathy expand over the next 5 years to such an extent that you will not recognize yourselves compared to this present moment. You will also begin to receive messages from us that, at first, you may think are just intuition. But you will notice this increase until we appear clearly on your mental screen, leaving no doubt that it is we who are communicating. We are gradually preparing people on Earth to enhance our communications, and we wish for messages like this to reach as many as possible, aiding them in their awakening and understanding that all the signs they have received about us and the changes they need to make in their lives are real. When you offer a vibration that carries more light than darkness, you are adding to the expansion and the shift. When you recognize your own shadow issues and bring those to the light with understanding and forgiveness, you are doing global service work on a personal level. Your sacred heart is the vehicle of all transformation. When you consciously embrace an experience of fear, with even the smallest shift of vibration into trust or hope, you own your power. Each and every time you consciously initiate a new response, you open the door to more light and claim more of your power. Remember, you are a transformer. Step into your magnificence and own the ability to make a difference in each moment. Remember, you are the one who carries the vision. You are the one who seeds your reality with your deepest knowing of truth and light. You are here to anchor the new reality and the new shift of consciousness in the collective. It is within your heart chalice that the vision of love and peace will be anchored and brought forth. We are with you always as you do this powerful alchemical process. Now, as a result of that God-victorious accomplishment, our God have confirmed that during the second half of this decade, Mother Earth's ascension process will be greatly accelerated. The guidance we are receiving from the company of heaven and our elder siblings in the Galactic Federation of Light will now be far more obvious and tangible. Humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth will now receive this guidance from the beings of light in the realms of illumined truth. And our elder siblings, unimpeded by the psychic astral realm of illusion and the forces of imbalance who have tried to block us from receiving the light for millennia. The systems of worlds included in the Galactic Federation of Light are much more advanced than the evolutions of Earth. This is true because they did not suffer the fall from grace. Our fall into the abyss of separation and duality has delayed Mother Earth's progress for eons of time. As we struggled in the quagmire of our miscreations, the Pleiades, Arcturus, Andromeda, Sirius, and many other systems of worlds progressed without delay. Now, at long last, Mother Earth has finally reached a frequency of vibration that will allow our elder siblings to work with our iron presences in powerful ways. These extraterrestrials are already living on peaceful, heart-based planets like the one we are in the process of co-creating for Mother Earth. They are now striving through their loving support and encouragement to help us realize what it will be like for us to experience that kind of reality. They are sharing with us powerful tools that we can use to accelerate our transfiguration onto the new Earth. Our elder siblings are not allowed to do this for us, but they are giving us sacred knowledge. Heart-based guidance and information that will help us to do this for ourselves. As our elder siblings increase their collaboration, a few of the recalcitrant souls who are still fighting tooth and nail to maintain their power and corruption are trying to distort this assistance in order to lead us astray. Now, however, since we are able to discern the frequency of vibration in the message and determine if it is heart-based or not, we are a lot harder to trick or fool. Now, in order to assist with this challenge, Mary Magdalene has determined that empowering awakening humanity's discernment and our ability to detect the false and inaccurate information that people are claiming is from the Galactic Federation of Light is one of the greatest needs of the hour. Yes, when there's love and joy, you cannot go and create something that is discordant. It will not gel with you. And then look at ways that you can raise the consciousness to bring the awareness to others to do what you love and love what you do. And know that abundance is there in all and every form and way. There is no lack. There is more than enough for everyone. But that abundance starts within you. What is it that you would like to see in the new Earth and to experience in the new Earth?